Hey Stat, hey Stat250. This is another video. This one is going to be focused on quizzes. So let's go ahead and take a look at quiz. You know, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and take a look at another quiz here. Let's go into how about quiz 2-3. Okay, so even before I worked on homework 3-1, this is over a quiz. Let's go into a different one. But I want to look at procedure here. So I've done the suggested homework for section 2-3. Okay, I've looked at the videos, I've done the suggested homework, I'm ready to take the quiz. Okay, so I click on start the assignment. It comes up right here, instructor's note. Don't forget to hit submit at the end of the quiz. You have 2 attempts at this quiz. Your second attempt will only show you questions that you got incorrect in the first attempt. Your grade calculation will be based on the best score of the 2 attempts. Okay, so just kind of a little thing that's kind of go. It tells you have an hour and a half right there, hour and a half to do this. Okay, so we get into the questions here. We got a running clock here. It opens up. We have 90 minutes remaining. We start off here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll answer some of the things correctly and some things incorrectly. So it says, okay, so here's some information. They want us to identify a horizontal bar graph. So I know a horizontal bar graph is D. So I choose D. I click check. Okay, it allows me to go on to the next part. So if I roll back up, you can see I got the green arrow by part 1. So I come back down to part 2. Part 2 says now choose the correct horizontal bar graph. Okay, now um, kind of help you on the quiz here, but the key thing is to think about here is that they do rearrange the order. So if you look at this, you'll see 7-Eleven is 38. So 7-Eleven, then it goes KFC, and they're 14. Burger King is 12.7 and Subway is 10. And I wrote those numbers down on a piece of paper so that way I kind of have them in front of me. So now I come back down to part 2. 7-Eleven is 38. Okay, well that looks like 38. KFC is 14.2. Okay, that would be good enough. Burger King is 12.7. That looks good. And Subway is 10. So I'm pretty sure the answer is A. But I'm going to put B just because I want to see what happens. I click B. Okay, and nothing happens. So that means at this point I got that wrong. Okay, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and guess again. I'm going to say D. At this point, I still got it. They haven't counted it wrong yet. Okay, so I go one more time, and now I'm going to put in the correct answer, and the correct answer is A. I click check. And roll back up, and it says I got part 2 correct. Alright, so now I come back down, and it says, sorry about that, choose the correct format for a Pareto graph. A Pareto graph. I always say that incorrectly. So I come down here. A Periodo graph is one that comes down. It descends. You always have your bigger one first, and it comes down. So that means that the correct answer was B as in boy. B, check. It lets me move on. So now it says choose the correct one for our data. So 7-Eleven is the biggest, KFC is second, Burger King is third, and Subway is fourth. So we come up to A. It's supposed to be at 38.4. That looks like it's above 38. Okay, that looks like that could be 38.4. KFC is 14.2, that could be it. Burger King is 12.7, we'll call that good. And Subway is 10, we'll call that good. So I'm going to say the answer is B. And I check. Nope, got it wrong. So they're giving me another try. Okay, so apparently I overlooked something. So let's take a look. 14, 12, 10. So, okay, we'll try C. Okay, well, then apparently it's D. Looks good. 14.2, 12.7, and 10. Yay, we got it right. So you can see that this is a quiz question, and they actually guided me through to see if I would get the right answer. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Okay, next question is very similar. They give us some information. They want us to choose the correct Periodo chart, so that's going to be A. Okay, they want us to do it with our data. I'm going to purposely get this one wrong, hopefully. So I'm not going to look at the answers. I'm just going to go A, B, D. Looks like I got it right. No, I did not get it right. I got it wrong, so the third guess was still wrong, which means the only answer I have left is the correct answer. So at that point now, I can't actually go on any other part of this question. So you'll see at this point here, I did get the first two parts correct, but on the third part I started getting it wrong, and they told me what the correct answers were at that point. Okay, so I'm going to go on, I'm going to skip on to another question here, and then we can kind of see a few more things, okay? Make this video a little bit shorter. All right, so construct a stem and leaf plot. We did this in the homework assignment. A stem and leaf is basically where we have our numbers here. So we're gonna follow our ones. So like for example, in this case right here, there's only one that's 14. There's another one that's 19. That's all, okay? There are no ones in this list. Okay, so I go to the threes. I've got 31. I've got 32. I've got another 32. 33. 34. 6. Another 32. Another 33. A 35. And a 38. And a 39. They're not letting me put any more characters in there. So let's see, I got 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 34. Right there. 35. 36 and 38. Let's take out the spaces. See if that does it. Oops. Wrong button. Yep. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and over here, I'm going to put in some wrong answers over here. So I'll put in 8, 6, 8, and 4. Let's go on to the 40s. I've got a 3, a 2, a 1, and a 0. So I've got 0, I've got 1, I've got 2. Let's see, I got 2, 1, 0. I've got a 3. Anything else up there? I don't see them. Okay, and then we'll do the 50s while we're here. And there are no 50s. So we come down here to the 40s on this side. We've got a 0, another 0, a 2, a 3, a 5, a 0. I'm purposely doing some of this work incorrectly because I want you to see what's going to happen. Like, so for example, you'll notice here that on the reading side, I put my digits in order. They're supposed to be in order. Here, I didn't put them in order. I want you to see what happens when you don't put them in order and see you get it counted wrong. Okay, so up here we got 6, 56, 54, 51, and 57. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and check my answer. Alright, so I got that wrong. Okay, and I could go back and fix it now. They're going to give me another chance. But I'm going to go ahead and stop with this, or the video is getting pretty long. And I'm going to hit submit. Okay, so I gave up. I'm done. Alright, I got a 13 on this quiz. This is my first attempt. I get a second attempt. If I click right here, I can go back and look at that quiz and see what I did wrong. So let's go back and do that. When I get in there, yay, look, I got number 1. All right, it's green. Okay, number 2 was a question that I got wrong. We got wrong on purpose. Okay, remember we started putting in the wrong answers to see what would happen, get kicked out. Okay, so this is the exact question that I took. Okay, so this is the number 2 that I did during the quiz. Okay, remember I did not answer the first part correctly. I didn't get a chance to answer the second part and none of the other parts. Okay, you go all the way towards the bottom and it'll show you. Here you go. On part 1, I put A and that was correct. That's what the green corresponds with. On part 2, I put D and that was incorrect. Then they wouldn't let me go any further. Okay, they tell me what the correct answers are, so I can go back and I can rework. I can take out a piece of paper, I can write things down, I can scroll back up, and I can work out and try to understand why those are the correct answers. Okay, if I still don't understand, then I go all the way back up to the top, and on the right hand side, I've got some options. I can view an explanation, I can practice a similar problem, or I can go and look in the textbook at an example similar to this. So I'm going to click on view the explanation. Remember, this is an explanation for that particular problem. This is a step-by-step showing you. So they explain a Periodo chart. This is what it looks like. So in our particular problem, this is what it would have looked like based upon the data that we were given. Okay, this data right here. Okay, a bar graph. Okay, a horizontal bar graph would look like this based upon the data that we were given. So it actually gives us a step-by-step showing us what we did wrong. So let's go down and close that window out. That takes us back. Okay, I can go do the same thing number 6. So number 6, I got wrong. Okay, so let's go down and take a look. So it shows me the problem. I keep going down, and it shows me that I got, on part 1, I didn't do anything right. Okay, you can see there. So I had put my numbers, apparently the way I put my spacing or whatever it was, I was hoping to get some green numbers in there, but apparently I had done something incorrectly. Normally what it will do is it'll show you in green the numbers that are correct. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, so that's another way. One more time, that's another way that I can. And here I can see, the correct answer. Oh, they didn't want commas; they wanted spaces. That's what it was. You see that? So I'm gonna put a note. Don't put commas when you're doing this assignment because that'll get them counted wrong. All right, but this is another way for you to go in and see that. Okay, so one last time, let's take a look at this. Okay, so now here I am. I went back, I looked at the quiz problems, I have maybe gone on and done another practice problem, whatever it is. I have maybe gone back. Let's go back to the home page. This is 2-3. Maybe I went back in and I wanted to work on quiz or suggested homework 2-3 again. Okay, looks like I've already completed it, so it's not going to let me. But I can always go to my grade book, and I can, another way of going in is I can go back into my suggested homework 2-3 right there by clicking on details. Alright, if I want to go back and practice. But now I'm ready to take my quiz. I got a second attempt at this quiz. I've gone through, I've restudied, I'm ready to take quiz 2-3 one more time. So I try it again. Okay, notice here when I come back up in, when I come into it, number 1 is highlighted green. I already got number 1 correct. I don't have to go back in and redo it. I'm done with it. So now it only gives me the problems that I got incorrect the first time. And I can go back and rework that quiz. Alright, so that is a little procedural video of how to work your way around inside of Connect. Please use this video as much as you need to come back as a reference. I apologize for being so lengthy. I tried to keep it as short as possible. Please contact me if you have any questions.